Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the UptaCraft shop. One of the things I've been wanting to get into for a long time and have yet to try my hand at it is the subject of this video. I am going to attempt my first handmade knife. I've picked a design from a source off the internet, and what you're going to see over this next few videos, this little series, is me making my first knife. Anyhow, stick with me, we'll have some fun. We'll go through the learning process. Maybe I'll make a mistake, maybe not, but in either case I'll be learning something new. And definitely welcome feedback from other knife makers online. I know there's a lot of really talented guys out there, and I welcome your feedback. Anyhow, let me show you what I got. So what I have here is a steel blank. I am going to be getting material like this from other sources moving forward, but for my first knife I thought I'd just simply make things simple and go buy myself a blank. This one came from Amazon. It's a piece of 1095 steel bar stock. It says right on the label it's specifically for forging and knife making, so I figured, you know what, for my first attempt let's stick with something that's pretty dependable and a known quantity. This is 1/8 of an inch thick by 1.5 inches wide, 12 inches long. So I'll be making my knife out of this material. While I was on Amazon, I also got looking for material that I could use for the handles and saw this really nice tiger wood. It's got a really nice pretty grain to it. It's kind of a light wood, but feels like it's strong enough. It's not easily dented or anything. I think once that's sanded up and coat a sealer or maybe a light stain in a sealer, it's really going to pop as a knife handle. So that's what I'm going to be using. The other thing I did was I found a source on the internet, I think I might have mentioned a moment ago, and found a bunch of knife templates. So I found this one that I think will be a nice template, easy to make, straightforward, just a fixed blade knife. Printed it out to scale on a piece of 8.5 by 11 standard printer paper. I've got it cut almost exactly the size. What I'll do is I will glue this to the steel and use it as a means for roughing out my first blank. Okay, so in the absence of spray glue or double-sided tape, I have basically hand traced this template onto this blank and made a couple of very minor modifications. So I kind of scooped the point here just a touch and reshaped where the forefinger will fit on the knife handle. I like the overall length. I mean, I could have stretched it to use up more of this 12-inch blank, but the benefit of this, I think, will be that I can use this end just for clamping to the table while I'm in the process of cutting it out. The other is, I don't want to start with a huge knife. I just want to do something that will make a nice little hand knife that could be used for anything from minor food cutting to miscellaneous outdoors uses. And so this is what I've chosen to go with. Let me get set up to start cutting this out with my 4.5 inch ankle grinder. Okay, so I've just got a C-clamp here. I've clamped the material to the workbench. Quick reminder, and because you're not going to be actually seeing this on screen, but don't forget to use proper PPE, especially when cutting metal. I've got a pair of glasses on, but the goggles going over the glasses will help, as well as hearing protection. It's easy to disregard these things, but over the long term, you will thank yourself when you take these precautions. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got. I'll turn the camera around and we'll take a close look. Okay, so we have a very rough cutout that I did only with an angle grinder. I've done nothing else. You can see how I have slightly altered it from the template, but I think what's going to result with the way I've done this is it is going to be a bit more pleasing. Easy on the hand and a nice comfortable size for small cutting work. So what we're going to do next is take this, smooth it up a bit more. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to deburr all the cuts just to make it easier to handle with my hands without getting little minor nicks and cuts and abrasions. Then we're going to work on sanding it down, smoothing it up. Okay, so what we have here is what I feel like is a very pleasing, practically sized, usable knife profile. It just so happens to be a size that fits my hand perfectly. The thumb depression here, the forefinger notch all fit my hand very well and will result in me probably, what's this, about a 3.5 inch long, 3.5 to 4 inch long blade. It'd be very usable for multiple activities. I just hit it with the flap disc on both flat sides just to shine it up and make it more visible on the camera. But of course we're going to touch this up a whole lot more and really smooth this in preparation for future work. Now my intent is going to be, where'd that template go? Okay. Yeah, the beveled, sharpened portion of the blade is going to look roughly like this, so I'll clean this off later, but that's roughly what it's going to look like. And I'm also thinking that right here is to sharpen this as well. So you can see how this knife is going to look. Stay tuned for future episodes where we're going to go through the rest of the process of shaping, smoothing, sharpening, finalizing, forging, tempering, all that other yummy good stuff, making of the handles, and turning this into a nice one-off prototype, handmade, UptaCraft knife, a general purpose knife. Hope you enjoy. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. Go ahead and give me some feedback because I'm definitely looking for that. And as always, stay tuned for future episodes here at the UptaCraft shop.